Nice to
Sunny.
meet
Hi,
you.
Sunny. Nice to meet you too. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you for asking.
Mhm.
So, Sunny, for today, I can see here from your request that you don't want to introduce yourself and you
Yes, I
want to
do.
get a feedback right away. Is that
Mm-mm.
right?
Yes, is it right?
Yeah. Okay. So, what material would you like to have for today?
I want to talk about the Chuseok changed.
Okay. Just a change. So, well, what do you think about the article?
Um, these articles say that because of the coronavirus, the
Mm-hmm.
mm, the custom of Chuseok was totally changed. It totally
Yes.
changed because the government urged people to not go to their hometowns.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of this, people just take a video and send this video to their parents or the relatives.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yes. It's a great idea, right?
yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if they even have social workers who helped the the grandparents or the
Mm.
elderly people to send a video message. So,
Ah, yeah, yes.
yes, it was a heartwarming
Mm.
article.
Yes, but like some of people, like
Mm-hmm.
for worker and some of people really love this idea, the government's
Mm-hmm.
idea, because they don't need to go hometown, which is very
Yes.
far, and they can just take a rest and go to the travel, um, just go trip,
Mm-hmm.
for their vacation.
Yeah, that's right. So, well, I just want to ask you, how did you spend Chuseok?
During the Chuseok, I met my boyfriend. Of course, my
Mm-hmm.
family stayed, our house stayed at home.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I met my boyfriend and we study together in the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Yes, and my older brother usually go at that time went out for a drink.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Wow. Do
yes,
you live with your parents?
yes, I lived with my parents.
Ah, okay. That's great. It's such like, Chuseok is a very long holiday this year
Mm,
because it was from Wednesday
yes.
to Friday.
Yes,
And
Wednesday, Friday.
yep, yep. And then it's the weekend, so it's a 5-day holiday.
Yeah, tomorrow is also holiday, which called the Hangul days.
Hangulnal, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yes. So my friends and my boyfriend is the university student, so
Mhm.
he really doesn't need to go like the school, so he is
Mhm.
really happy for this.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Mm-mm.
I envy Korea because, like, you just had a holiday last week and then now you have
Yes.
another long weekend.
Mm-mm.
So, wow, such a good one.
Mm.
So, what is the next holiday after Hangulnal?
Probably next holiday would be just the Christmas day.
Oh, it's going
Mm-mm.
to be on December.
Yeah, December.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, wow. Well, that's great. You have a lot of time to
Mm-mm.
rest.
Yeah, take a rest.
Yes. Mhm. Are you still a student or are you working already?
No, I'm a job seeker.
Oh, okay. What is your major?
My major is English literature.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, what kind of job are you looking for now since that is your major?
I want to be a cabin crew,
Hmm.
but my job kind of failed because of the coronavirus. So
Yeah.
I need to look for another job. other job.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Because yeah, the airline companies are greatly affected by the coronavirus.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and the tourism industry as well. Yeah, so far you need to look for another job.
Yes.
Yeah, you must be very disappointed because of that.
Mm-mm. I feel disappointed.
Yeah. Well, I just hope
Okay.
that this coronavirus would get better soon.
Mm-mm.
Yep. Okay. So, well, going back, how do you think about the way the Korean government handles the coronavirus?
Um, I think that it is. I think that it is smart way. I think that it is good way
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
they also, um, like how can I say that they also stop people going to the highway, the rest area. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
So if the people are going to visit that area and they need to pay some money. Mm-mm.
Oh.
So I
Yeah.
think that the government really try to make the people stay at their house.
Mhm.
Mm. So I think
Do
that
you,
it is kind of good policy.
mhm.
Policy.
Yes. So, do you think a lot of people just stayed in their homes this Chuseok?
Like depending on, I think that depending on the people,
Mhm.
because for me and my older brother really don't care about it, but some people who are really care about this virus, they
Mhm.
just stay at their house and some more party with their family.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yep. And well, it would depend. As long as you just be careful about it, then it would be great.
Mm-mm.
Mhm. So, well, what else can we talk about?
Mm.
Hmm. Wait a second. Hmm.
Or I also read the passenger virus test.
The what?
Sorry?
What is the title again?
Passenger virus test.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah,
What
first
do you
one.
think about it?
I think it is good for how can I say that the people who need to visit another country for working.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I think that for them it is great because they don't need
Yes.
to be quarant- quarantine quarantine
Quarantined.
yeah quarantined for
Mhm.
2 weeks, so that
Yes.
they can work more easily or as soon as possible in that country.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I think that I'm not sure it is accurate or not. It
Mhm.
accurate or not.
Mhm.
So a little bit worried
Yeah.
about this malfunction
Yeah.
of this device.
That's right. Cause like it was mentioned in the article that it produces more false negatives.
Mm-mm.
So, well, maybe there is an asymptomatic passenger
Mm-mm.
that would ride the airplane, and then he can be a carrier.
Mm-mm.
So everyone in the airplane would be affected by it because they have a great chance
Mm-mm.
of contracting the virus. So
Mm-mm.
I think before doing this, they should, give it more tests,
Mm-mm.
improve it, because it's for the safety of everyone.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Or I think they should have more limitations. Like, the passengers
Mm-mm.
should have like an age group,
Mm-mm.
Like elderly people are still not allowed to go travel
Mm-mm.
because they are more susceptible with the
Mm-mm.
virus.
Mm.
Yeah, because it mentioned that it's more of like a pregnancy test.
Mm. Yeah, pregnant test. Like.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Mm-mm.
it's still better.
Mm-mm.
So what alternatives do you think? So while they are still improving
Mm-mm.
this type of testing kit, how else do you think they can, have alternatives?
How alternatives?
How, yep, alternatives like solutions so
Solution.
that people would be able to travel around. They would
Mm.
be able to ride the airplane.
Mm. I'm not sure. I think that just accurate way is be quarantined for 2 weeks.
Mhm.
It is, I think, the best way to remove all possibles
Mhm.
to get affected.
Yeah. Mhm.
Hmm, I'm not sure.
Mhm. Well, yep, I agree with you that it's still the best way for
Mm.
that.
Yes, I think that
Yeah.
mm, because when it comes to this device, there might
Mhm.
be some malfunction. So
Mhm.
if this device didn't work very well and the result of this will very um how can I say that will very
Great the
much,
effect. Mhm.
yeah, great effect. Mm-mm.
Mhm. Yeah. So, well, I don't totally agree with this. So,
Mm-mm.
but still, as much as possible, if they can just stay at
Mm-mm.
their homes, then
Mm-mm.
it would still be better.
Mm. And I heard that even the way that how can I say that um the way that people the checking whether people get infected or not,
Mhm.
which is the longest string, and they will they will put this thing to your nose.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. Even though this way is sometimes have the arrow.
Yeah.
So yes, like this.
Mhm.
Mm.
If we consider that kind of swab test, we
A
consider
swab
that
test.
as,
Mm-mm.
yes, that is the most accurate, but
Mm-mm.
still not 100% accurate.
Yeah, still not
So,
percent
yeah, I
accurate.
think maybe they should be tested and then stayed in a hotel or a quarantine place for 2 weeks
Mm-mm.
prior to the day
Mm-mm.
when they gonna fly, so that
Mm-mm.
to really just be careful and be sure.
Mm. Yes. The best way is just to be quarantines at hotel for two
Mhm.
weeks.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
But that is also a waste of time because, you have to be quarantined two
For
weeks
2 weeks.
before
Mm-mm.
your flight
Mm-mm.
and then 2 weeks
After
upon
the
the
flight.
arrival.
Mm-mm.
Yes. So, like, you're gonna waste 1 month.
Mm.
So, that is another dilemma.
Mm-mm.
So, I think the best way is just to find a vaccine.
Or just stay at house.
Yes,
Stay at
exactly.
home. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how is the coronavirus situation in Korea now?
I think that much better. It is getting better than before,
Mhm.
but um, we still really care about it. We still have a policy to wear the
Mhm.
mask, in the transportation, and yes. So we need to get a fine
Mhm.
when we didn't wear. Mm, when we don't wear.
Mhm. Okay. Well, it's the same case in the
Mm-mm.
Philippines.
I heard that you guys need to take um the plastic face shield. Is it right?
Yes, yes.
Mm-mm.
We also need to have a face shield
Mm-mm.
aside from the face mask.
Mm-mm.
So just to be really, sure,
Mm-mm.
because the case here in the Philippines is much worse than it is in
Mm-mm.
Korea.
Mm-mm.
So that's why everyone just have to be very careful. I've been staying at home for the past 7 months already.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
go out.
You don't go out? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard that the rate of suicide increased
Mhm.
because
Yes.
people really get stressed in their house.
Mhm.
They yes, and
Yeah, that.
opportunity to get a job or other things like go down, the rate
Mhm.
go
Yes.
down. So people get a lot of stress.
Yes. That's right. So like there is no particular age group. Like from the younger ones,
Mm-mm.
they get stressed because of their online school, with their
Mm-mm.
modules, and then the young adults
Mm-mm.
lost their jobs. They cannot find another job, so that's difficult as well.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So aside from the virus, people are fighting against depression,
Mm-mm.
suicides.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, well, it's difficult. So, like you mentioned that your boyfriend is still a student.
Mm-mm.
So, does he go to school or do you have online
Yes.
classes?
It is depends on what subject it is. But
Mhm.
he need to experiments. He
Mhm.
need to experiments during their class.
Yes.
During the class, there was subject where there is a subject that like students have to experiments
Mhm.
like electricity or science. So in that case, um, professor allow the students to go to take a class,
Mhm.
like face to face class. Or
Mhm.
aside from these subjects, they like professor allowed people to take a video class.
Ah, okay. So it would depend on their class and lesson.
Yeah, class and lesson.
Yeah. Well, at least it's flexible that
Mm-mm.
way.
Mm-mm.
Because sometimes it is inevitable to,
Mm-mm.
go and have face-to-face classes. And
Mm-mm.
that is one of the problems also in the Philippines. Like,
Mm.
I have a medical student friend,
Mm-mm.
and everything is online classes. So,
Mm.
like, there are practical exams, there are experiments that they
Mm-mm.
have to do at school,
Mm-mm.
but they cannot do it. So,
Mm-mm.
things are hard as well.
Mm.
Yeah, there is no really like a good situation here.
Mm-mm. I think so too.
Yeah. So, well, it's such coronavirus has changed a lot of things.
Yes, and
Yeah.
also in Korea, when it comes to
Mhm.
middle school or high school, like um, just um, they just give some the certain periods to each student. So,
Mhm.
um, like 30% of the students can go to the school for 1 week, and
Mhm.
another 30% of the students can go to the second week.
Mhm.
So they just tried it to separate the number of the students. Mm-mm.
Oh. I really can't say anything about it, but then they do that, but then students still go to their academies.
Mm-mm. Yes, they go to academy.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
children still go outside.
Mm.
Hmm. Well, Sunny, do you have any plans that get canceled or postponed because of the coronavirus, um except affecting your job hunting?
Mm, I think that's of course traveling.
Mhm.
I actually I am planning to go. Mm, well, mm, I'm planning to go just to Europe,
Hmm.
Spain, but I my thinking my appointment was failed.
Mhm.
My booking. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh my, too bad. Yep.
How are
How long were
you?
you? Me, actually, I am. I was, yep, traveling. I was
Mm-mm.
planning to travel in Korea this year,
Mm-mm.
but just right before I booked the ticket,
Mm.
coronavirus happened, like the quarantine, the
Oh.
lockdown, and
Mm-mm.
then I was planning to shift jobs because
Mm-mm.
this is not my original job before. But
Mm.
then, yeah, but then I had to, well, I had to
Mm-mm.
postpone that as well.
Mm-mm.
So that's why
Mm.
I'm working here. But
Mm.
even though I get the job there, I wouldn't
Mm.
be able to work because it's an events company.
Mm-mm.
So I'm still not allowed to do that. So, well, yeah, those are just some of the things.
Mm.
Yeah. So, well, too bad. Hopefully by next year we can,
Can go
go
travel.
abroad.
Yeah, go abroad.
Yes. We would be able to do the things that we want to do.
Mm-mm. Yes.
Yeah. Just hopefully. But I think the vaccine needs to be tested more, like the Russian vaccine.
I heard that, but I'm not sure it is the real or not. They
Mm-hmm.
they said that they release the perfect vaccine and they succeed, succeed,
Mm-hmm.
succeed,
Succeed.
succeed their experiments.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe their um saying.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, they said that it was successful, but then it was tested with just,
Mm-mm.
like limited people. I think just a few 100,000 people.
Mm-mm.
So they were advised to
Mm-mm.
give it a
Mm.
further test.
Yes, and also I heard that the Trump and his
Mm-hmm.
wife also got infected.
Yes,
So I
that's
think,
right.
so I think that
Yeah.
many of the doctors are really
Mm-hmm.
trying to fix them, to heal them.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's right. Because he's the president of
Yeah,
America.
present. Mm-mm.
Yes. But I'm Sunny, I'm sorry to cut our conversation. It's
Mm-mm.
almost time.
Yes.
Yep. So, well, thank you so much for
Thank
having me
you.
today. We got to
Okay.
talk about a lot of things. I hope
Okay.
to see you again next
See you again.
time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.